Hello, and welcome to Chaos. Well, that's kind of how I feel right now. There are so many projects I have halfway done, partially completed. I do consignment at a shop and they're selling things, have requests for things, and I have a lot of stuff to get done. And then my brain goes, and has stuff I want to get done. So I hope you will journey with me and let's complete some projects that I am in the middle of. And then work on the consignment stuff. So for today, I am knitting a hat. This is the Ross hat pattern. I will connect that below. It is a free hat pattern. I have used it before. And I'm using my Icelandic wool that I spun a year or so back. And I'm doing it kind of in a loose knit. There's holes because Icelandic is so freakishly hot. And I am making this for a presenter that will be at the Mid Valley Quilt Guild this Wednesday, Thursday. So, as this is Sunday, I'm working on getting this done. Now I'm at the part where we already did the ribbing and I am knitting for 6 inches. But, for the 5, I only have a half an inch to go, which is about 2 rounds. So, just trying to think of things we could talk about that would help you in getting your projects done. Or maybe you're a one project at a time person, in which case I don't understand you at all. Please explain yourself below. Just go to the comments below, sideways, wherever they are now, and just explain how you can only do one thing at a time and don't have these wild hairs to do something else. First thing I am going to do, since all these things are just in my head, I'm going to make a list of things I need to get done, and that it is the end of August. I have a huge craft fair coming up in the beginning of December down in Grants Pass at North Valley High. So I really need to prepare for that. Since a lot of my stuff is hanging out at the consignment shop, it will not be available. And the consignment shop wants a whole bunch of little purses. Reach over. I have one made here. Cutesy pie little purse. It needs a dozen friends. And I have 3 different patterns of about the same size little purse to do that. That's on the docket. I have half done projects, like, not that. I have 3 halves of bowl cozies that don't go together. So I need to make, and I already pulled some fabric to finish out the bowl cozies, right? I love this fabric. This is giving me happy vibes. That is going with the purple. And then play with the other ones, figure out what works. So finishing those up. And I have a shirt I need to fix for him. I have a shirt I need to sew for him. He needs more long sleeve shirts since we're going to start getting into the cold season. Not that you can notice today because it's like 80. And I still have 4 fleeces to wash. Am I putting too much on myself? Probably. Do I know how to simplify it? No. No, I do not. And behind me, as you can probably see, so I am going to make a quilt with Rob Appel on this coming Thursday. So I've taken these are the fabric you need. Luckily, we don't need to do any cutting beforehand. And following along, we will be doing the double tumbler. Super excited. I've only done like one other quilt class as an adult. I did take a series of quilting classes as a child when I was 12. So as an adult, this will be my second quilt class. This is the box of fabrics I plan on taking with me. So I have some variants. I just need to make sure I have enough black because you have all these beautiful white tones. And then we're just going to nestle it all in black. So I need to make sure I have 1 2/3 yards of black. And then we'll figure out a backing fabric And I think this is bound in black. It's black binding, it's binding, black binding. Um, and I have 2 little wee pieces, so I'll have to measure those out to make sure it's enough as well. And then I have a whole bunch of fabric that's laying randomly because I was digging it out to find that I'm literally sitting next to a pile of fabric, literally straight just fabric. So there's some cleaning to do as well. So hopefully with all this, as I rewatch this and edit this footage and edit, we'll be able to make quite the little checklist. Let's put on that the live I did last week of how to spin straight from the lock. So if you want to catch that, I will pop that up here. I can pop that up here. I am making a mess of baskets. That's a term. It's like a gaggle of geese. As well, because I have a couple baskets for sale at the shop. They wanted a few more, but they ran out of shelf space, and these are huge. I mean, we're talking baskets with a base like this. So what is that? 14 inches? 14, 15 inches? 35 centimeters. I have a yardstick right here. Around 35-ish centimeters. So it takes up some good shelf space, but I'm going to put leather handles on them so they can hang them. So I have to cut out strips of leather, and I get my leather secondhand, the off scraps of doing car reupholstery. So I'm calling this a bulky, and in some places it really is, in other places it's more worsted. Talk about the hat now. Yep. I can always go down a size because in Ross's hat pattern, he has it set for 4 different sizes of yarn, and he does a 3-1 ribbing, and it's just like 3-1 ribbing. You might need to decrease a few stitches to get back into divisible to do the crown of the hat. So your basic beanie. And I've sold many a hat in this pattern. So I'd like to have a couple in the hand knit as well for when I'm at the bazaar. So I still need to make a list of stuff for the bazaar, making sure I have like 10 to 12 of each thing. Because if you have 1 or 2 of something, they won't sell. If you have dozens of them, they will. It's a pretty cool marketing concept, right? And also I need to make some wire keepers. Those sell really good, and I can sell them pretty cheap, like a few dollars. So great stocking stuffer ideas. And they're just little strips of fabric, little bit of batting in them. You snap them over your different wires. Do I have one behind me? Maybe, because I have one with my iron just to hold the cords out of the way, right? So those are going on the list to make. You interested in watching me how I put away fabric and sort my scraps? Maybe let me know. I'm pretty sure I have a pretty variety. My audience is varied, considering I do all things craft and then I fix things. Some of my best videos, seriously, no, I had no clue this would happen, but some of my best videos are me fixing a duffel bag and sewing the straps back into my son's his little travel backpack. And honestly, I'd love to make more fix it videos like that, but I don't have anything else to fix. And people shipping them into me is just, it's cost consuming on their side, and I can't with the currently my station's not making anything, so it's not like I can supplement from there, or I would. Okay, made it all the way around again, measuring 6 inches. Oh yeah, without pulling. Yay, 6 inches. All right, now I need to pull up the pattern again and do that. How do you all save your patterns? Since I have Apple devices, I just save it in my files, right? And then I just have this printed or file, and I can write on it and everything using a little markup tool. I have a little pin down here, or I just my finger. Just all good. I have 55 stitches. I did 6 inches. Decrease setup round. Stitch 9 stitches. and put in markers. I will need how many markers? I'm gonna grab some markers. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere like you would. Um, since these are nice big knitting needles, these these little precious doodads of love are not going to fit, right? So we're gonna go back to void. I have used these so long I forgot how to open the container. Ah, there it goes. And use gosh, this one, these black guys. Or these guys. Will these guys fit? Dropping things. Okay. You fit. They'll fit. These are narrower. Use these. Okay. I don't even know what to call them other than they open and then you can pin them shut. I don't even know where they came from. It says Boyd on the box. We'll go with it. And there's yellow ones and pink ones, and there's one pink one. So we save that for the middle, or the seam line, where we call it. Where you start, where you stop. We're doing this in the round, so you can't really notice. Okay. Fluffies. Okay. This is stitch 1. I just did stitch 1. No. I did 1 and 2. I did stitch 1 and 2. Knit 9 stitches. Since I did 1 and 2, I am going to put a marker, the pink one, where I started. Then we're going to move back over stitch 1 and stitch 2. And why do I keep making things sound like a tutorial? So stitch 9, 2 together, place a marker. Oh, and there's also, I applied half of that beautiful gray Frankenstein yarn that I made for the Tour de Fleece. So I still need to apply the other half, then get them all like put on the nitty knotty and skeined up and washed. I washed all my other yarn, so let's celebrate the accomplishments. I washed the other stuff and have it all set from Tour de Fleece, other than the Frankenstein yarn. And I finished knitting the socks. Oh my gosh, I finished knitting the socks. I'll pop it up here. How to make the perfect sock yarn. Here they are. They turned out super cute. I did the ribbing up the fronts. And these are all washed and blocked and ready to be on feet. I don't know if you can see how subtle the little different color changes are, because they're almost heathered. Excuse me. Right? Oh, super cute. So accomplishments done. Not enough, and there's too much stuff in here. So I just need to make stuff, sell stuff, and get it out of this room. And I knitted too many because I was talking. How many of you do that? You start talking and you're like, I was supposed to decrease 12 stitches ago, and you find yourself unknitting. 8, 9, 2 together. Oh, other things I am doing. I am also volunteering with the Mid-Valley Quilt Guild at the Oregon State Fair. Yes, I will be at the Oregon State Fair and doing the quilt walk thing, because I'm also part of the Quilt Guild. Am I doing too many things? Yes, I probably am. I just need to get rid of the day job thing, though I really like the day job thing. It's a really good job as far as that's concerned. That I can do from home, which is awesome. That is still carbonated. That is great. Okay. Place the maca. Knit 9. So I will be leaving in like less than an hour to go do that. Which is why I just want to sit down and do a quick talkie video. My life, your life, everybody's life. My son will be starting high school. It's not the one we wanted him to get into, but I think it's going to work really well. And his sister already put together a squad that if anyone messes with her little brother, yeah, they're going to get a severe talking to, mostly by theater students. So it could be very interesting. But she has a very awesome group of friends. I like to call her friends the United Nations, because they're all very different. and very awesome and work well together. The only thing I have like that's an issue with her friends is when they get together, they get really loud, like set off the decibel meter on my watch loud. But they're having a good time, so who am I to judge hearing loss? I don't know. It's good to have good friends. And I hope she keeps them through, life's journeys. As being a senior this year, she's going to have some life's journeys coming up. And my count was perfect. Love it. And we know the pink marker is the beginning marker because I have the little light bulb down below. All right. So after that decreasing row, what was I supposed to do? In the next round, you will knit all. Okay. Slip. So we'll knit until we get to the pink again. And I was also going to take this with me, and we'll do more knitting on the go. So hopefully you all will love. Hopefully you love. Tell me you like. Tell me you hate. I'll still do some like serious tutorials because you all like it when I do some of those, especially the sock video. I'm surprised how well that one did. The yarn for this one. And I know I said it before. I just step back and maybe just do some vloggy type stuff. Or I just need to practice doing vlogs. But every time I try to do a vlog, it turns into a tutorial because I can't make the mind jump. This is the first time I did with an Icelandic, and this is an Icelandic lamb fleece. And yeah, this is natural color, even though I did put a little black banana fiber in here. Is that a video? I think it is. Just scroll back. If I find it, I'll pop it up top. But this has been a sweet minute. Did I put the date on this? Nope, 10% banana fiber. Carded the Icelandic at least twice. And some other calculations. This one's just black. There was a little bit of white on her. I think she had a white blazer spot. So I do have some Icelandic that has a little bit of lighter tones throughout it, which is fun that you can do gradations with some sheep. That's one thing I want to do with some of the Jacob I have, is do like a pure black and then do several shades of gray. Maybe not 50, but at least 2, 3, dark gray, a lighter gray, and then try to get as white as I can. And I need to put more stuff on my website. I keep saying it. I want like a wool shop on my website. Like I would love to be a wool mill and have like more space and actually do stuff. But that's right now I'm just taking what life gives me. And when the kids are all out of high school, out of college, we'll concentrate on me. But right now it's about them. About them. Okay, still do a lot with me. But that's fine because I'm giving to you. It's all good. It's cyclical. It's fine. And right now kids are playing games or sleeping. I have no idea. The 17-year-old will do what she wants. I made sure the younger one has eaten. I played games with him today. He's all good. Latest game is you try to escape from prisons. And you're these cute little cartoon characters, so it's kind of adorable. Yet the cops keep beating us up, so I'm not sure how realistic this is. What's contraband, what's not, and But it is proving to me that he can learn a map and find his way around places, which would be great considering his school that he's going to is 3 stories. The bottom story is really small, but it is 3 stories. And he has to find his way to his different classes. And I think there's 3 different stairwells and 3 main points of entry. It's like a lot for him to navigate. So doing these maps on this game is actually showing me that he can navigate without, learn a map and then navigate the space. So we're good there. That's half the battle, is can he make it to his classes? Because he's not used to that. He's used to, 5 pretty much adjoining rooms in a school. not, there's 12 rooms in the basement, but one's a theater, so it's really big. He won't be in there, but the tech classes are in there. Like welding's there. Because if you get a fire, it's easier to put it out in that location than, other locations at the school. So done smart, all good. Knitted one I wasn't supposed to. That's why you put the markers in, because you're supposed to decrease before the marker. That is actually a neat trick. If you don't have double points, and I don't have double points this fat, and this, I'm sorry, the size of a gauge. Not fat, shaming my needles. You leave the big needle the needle that you were working on one side, take the needle off of the other side, make it a smaller gauge because it's just feeding through. It's not actually doing any of the actual knitting, so it's not judging the size. And then you set up another needle setup with an 8-inch cable with the major needle, and you kind of knit one side, knit the other, knit one side, knit the other. It's kind of a way to do a small round. So I will be doing that. Not sure if I'll actually get to videoing that because I don't have much time left. And hopefully tonight when I get home, I will edit this and have it on its way. So the video footage at the very end of this video will be of the Oregon State Fair and the quilting exhibit and some of my favorite quilts there. There's some really pretty ones. And if you're local to Oregon and you can make it to Salem, to the fairgrounds, come and vote on your favorite quilt. People's choice. And come talk to us. We will be wearing very obnoxious yellow shirts that say volunteer on them. And ask us questions about the quilts. It is wonderful to see such excitement about fiber arts. And quilting is another fiber art. And on this station, I have a lot of the fiber arts. And weaving is coming. Yes, there's a secret thing under the table. I already started filming a little bit spot on it. But yes, weaving is coming to this station. And there's some patterns I want to design. Well, that are already designed that I need to finalize. What do you say one thing makes you think of another thing? So if you want to list down below the things you have currently going, and again, if you're a person that only does one thing at a time and finishes it before you do something else, just tell me about your superpower and how it works. And I won't try to emulate because I know that's not me, but I do wish to appreciate. I guess until then, I will just knit this hat. I do want to get to the place where I am doing that double technique because that is in my my professional opinion is a really neat way to emulate not having double points by making cable double points, but you only need 2 of them because they're flexy. And it is on these knitting all the way around rows. Well, I guess I could do it. It's getting a little tighter. Let me show you what I'm doing. Okay. Like a little camera friend over my shoulder. This is the pattern, so don't mind that. You can pull up your own. I will link it down below. Ross is kind of fun. Kind of fun. That's what you say about people. And people grab your 8-inch, or I grab my 8-inch, and then I'll grab a set smaller. So these are 10s. We need those. We need the T-pin to lock them down. Nope, T-pin, not you. You're cute. You stay there. And the little grippy thing. So when you go to the doctor's office and they tie off your arm to give blood, they just throw these away. So you can ask for these. Voice is having trouble. You can ask to have these, and they're a really great grip to get jar lids off or tighten your needles on. Okay, so we want to put the needle on one side. And you're over my shoulder. You are so sweet watching over my shoulder. And tighten it down. Ink. Okay. All right, so we have that. Then we want to pull it out of here. grab the correct instrument. Here, here, here. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. We'll take this one off. This little guy on. Knock it down. Put this one on here. You're still okay. That's what we have there. Make sure you put this guy away or you'll lose him. Okay, if you're me, you'll lose him. And then this gets rolled back up. And you don't need this big of a piece. I just didn't cut it down. I figured it will stretch out of shape eventually, and then I'll just keep making it shorter. Instructions, probably don't need those. They're in there. Okay, there's that. See, and more mess to clean up. And books. Lots of books. Books need to go on the bookshelf. The bookshelf is behind me. I need to get rid of things in the bookshelf. Now, anyway, we will go to approximately half. So we have here. So here's half between the two blues. And then we'll switch to this other needle. So, okay. We're doing a knit straight around. See what I mean? I change it to a tutorial. And see how open knitting is? Oh, it'll keep your head warm without overheating. I think that's my goal. But then again, if I knit it the size smaller, correction, knit it the gauge smaller because the hat size will be about the same. We'll see if I like it better. Will I rip this one out? Probably not because I still really like it. And I'm going to knit 3 into this one. It gives me 1, 2. Nope, I'll knit 2 into this one. Okay, then we're just going to let this one drop. Okay, you're right there. Okay, that's enough. Grab the other bigger side, right? Because that's the one holding gauge, and pick it up. Then we're going to knit around until we get to the pink with this one. Is this weird? Yes, this is weird. We're knitting through it anyway. Does it look like it's trying to flip me off? It does, but that's okay. It just has attitude. It's a little bit more difficult to pull the stitches up. You see this one's dropping out. Make sure it doesn't fall out though. Okay, and we're going to go to the pink. I know with hats it's hard to do half, but you can always slide stitches from one to the other. It's quite okay. Quite easy actually to do that. And my voice is going because I talked a lot last night. Okay. Then we reach half. Okay. Here. This is going to go. We still have this here, so we know it's the start and stop, but we can't have that there. Can't have anything up here because we're going to drop this. So this one is going to go this way and be this side and be one side of the hat. And this needle setup is going to be the other side of the hat. And over the next few rounds, this is going to get easier and easier to stay on. Right? Because this one goes here. And we need to knit and do a decrease. So, and tighten up the corner just a little bit. Knit. And I like this setup. Do you like this setup? This is kind of cool. Figured out I could clip my phone to one of my husband's tripods. I'm not even sure what the tripod is originally supposed to hold. Maybe like an old stills camera. Old. Hey. All right. Just because digital cameras came out. And me still sitting here filming with my iPhone because that's what I have. All right. And then we'll slide these two over. And then you're done with this needle. And it's going to go back into hiatus. Then flip it around. Push this around. Little side goes in. And like I said, this works with socks too, or anything that you're knitting in the round, especially a smaller round. knit, make this one a little tighter so you don't have this hole going up the side. In this project, probably wouldn't even notice. When you're doing a hat, do all your knit twos together the same way so it looks like it spirals. And since we have our little blue guy here, we know this is the end. We need to pretend there is a marker and decrease. Well, shoot, that was pretty easy, right? Well, I'm going to continue with this for a little bit. Let's go to the quilt show. So the next thing you'll see is the craft building at the state fair. And enjoy what you see. And I will see you in the next one.